What is happening, people, and welcome to my new place. Because yes, I did in fact move, and when I announced this on Instagram, I got inundated with messages of people saying like, why would you ever do that? You worked so hard to make that place exactly what you wanted. I thought you loved it. Why would you ever leave? And yes, I did absolutely love it, and I still absolutely love it. And I cried my eyes out when I left the place, but it was absolutely time for a change. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you the 4 biggest reasons why I made that decision. All right, so the very first reason, which is kind of a hard truth to swallow, is that if you are not making big changes in your life, then you're probably not doing much growing, and I was not doing much growing. Because of this, every 5 to 7 years of my adult career, I completely turn my life on its head and start over at a new beginning. So to give you an idea, when I was 18, still in college, I owned my own martial arts school, and then right as soon as I graduated, I went into construction and becoming a personal trainer. From there, I transitioned over to doing counterterrorism for about a decade before I left that and ended up opening up Never Safe, my own gym. And then that kind of transitioned over into making YouTube videos and becoming an author. And then about a little over a year ago, I started the new chapter of my life, which it was going back to grad school to become a counselor or a therapist, primarily for males who have trouble making changes like this in their lives. Now, yes, that isolation was absolutely spectacular for me, and the healing that it provided when I was at a time when I was throwing up like so much every single day because of the schistomiasis, I needed that isolation and I needed that quiet and that peace and everything that involved. However, that isolation no longer was serving me, and I was kind of getting in a rut. And the only difference between a rut and a grave is the depth. So it was absolutely time for a change. Reason number 2 is that with big property comes big problems. Because when I first moved to that house, there was no front yard, there was no backyard, there were no campsites. There certainly weren't miles of trails, but once I created all that, I had to upkeep it, and it took a lot of time. So between the tree work, the landscaping, normal maintenance, stuff like that, I was spending over 50 hours a week just on the land alone, and that's not even counting the other things that you need to account for when you have a big house and 27 acres of land. So, like I mentioned earlier, because my school is approximately halfway through that graduate program, things are starting to intensify, and I have stuff like my internship and practicum and things like that coming up, which is going to demand a lot more of my time, a lot more of my effort, and I absolutely needed stable internet, which was something that was not really available at the old house. Reason number 3. When most people make a move, they end up upgrading or going up in size or just up in price and things like that. But what my wife and I decided to do was to downsize considerably, which greatly changed our financial position. And if I'm being honest with you guys, at the old house, I was so busy with all of the work of the land that I really wasn't spending that much time on my own training. I wasn't taking it seriously, and I certainly wasn't making videos. And if I don't make videos that are relevant to all of you, then you guys do not buy programs. And if you don't buy programs, I can't keep this as a job. It's just a reality. So, being able to free up a lot of time and creative energy is hopefully going to allow me to spend more time on my schoolwork as well as my own lifting, and hopefully making more content for all of you. Now, also a little bit of sacrifice here in the short term by downsizing and getting a smaller house in a smaller place and everything like that is going to lead to great dividends later in life and seriously set us up financially for the rest of our years. And finally, reason number 4 is that this move allows me to serve others better and to be more generous, not only with my time financially, but also emotionally, physically, because I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but I am getting a little bit older, which means that my parents, my in-laws, my friends, my family, the people that I care about in my life need more help. And I'm not going to go into too much personal detail about what's actually going on, but there are needs, and I could definitely use a little more time and energy to put towards helping others. So this move is going to allow that, and it has already opened up a lot of doors in situations where I've been able to kind of serve others better, and that is something that I really, really care about, and I really want to spend more time doing instead of being so isolated in the woods or cutting down trees or maintaining property and stuff like that. So this move allows that. All right, so far this change has been absolutely awesome for myself and my family, and we are so happy that we did it. Now, we've only been in a new place for about 2 weeks, so there has been some transition, but the changes are already taking place, and we are so glad that we did this. If you did not realize, life happens in seasons, and you need to stay focused forward. You can't keep looking back. If you do not embrace some of these big changes and make some of these hard choices in your life, then you're going to be the exact same person that you were a decade ago. The only difference between who you are today and who you are 5 years from now are all the little choices that you make between now and then. Even the word never sate means constant and never-ending improvement, right? Whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all those things. And I'm just trying to lead by example and do what I say, and I'm just trying to continue to grow as an individual. And I really hope that this video will help motivate some of you to audit your life, take a look and reflect about some of the things that maybe you need to make changes on because you become a little stagnant, or maybe you're getting a little bit of a rut. And maybe this will help you make that change and have that courage, because trust me, change is scary, change makes you anxious, change does a lot of things, but it always creates growth. So that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for all your guys' support at the old house, watching the bushcraft videos, doing all those things. And now I thank you so much for following me here. And I am gonna try to continue to put out more content. I'm definitely taking my training more seriously. I'm back at Never Sate full time. I went there 4 times this week already. It's been absolutely awesome. And already my mindset has started to shift back to actually having physical goals and trying things, because I'm not so exhausted from carrying trees around all day long. So it's been really, really good. And I continue to expect that these things are only gonna keep going. So as always, I thank you guys so much for all of the ways that you support the channel, the likes, the subscribes, just watching the video, especially buying those programs. That really, really does make a difference and allows me to live the life of my dreams. So I thank you guys so much. I will catch up with you later in the week. Until I do, go out something amazing, realize, keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. Make some hard choices.